Hi everybody, welcome to the Scott Show. This is the NCAA Lower Division Show. It's a show that I like to do personally because I'm here in Duluth, Minnesota. Division II NCAA football is live and kicking at the UMD Bulldogs. But then I noticed, hey, not a lot of people are covering these lower divisions. You know, they talk about the Alabama and the Clemson and teams like that. But let's talk about teams that are in these lower divisions. And let's start with the Football Championship Series, one below the Bowls. You'll recognize some of these teams because they play the higher-up teams, including South Dakota State, number 3 in the nation, because they played Minnesota, and they almost beat Minnesota. So let's look at the top 10 for the championship series. At number 10 we have Northern Iowa. Number 9 we have Maine. Townsend comes in at 2-0, and they're number 8. Kansas State at number 7. Weber State at number 6. Eastern Washington, a very important team to watch. Eastern Washington at number 5. Number 4, UC Davis is at number 4. Number 3, South Dakota State, the Fighting Jackrabbits. Number 2, James Madison. And number 1, and will always be a lot of people's number 1, North Dakota State University. The Bison coming in at number 1 on the coaches poll. Now we move on to Division 2. Division 2, like I said, is Minnesota. It's the University of Minnesota Duluth here. Which they are ranked number 13, so they're a little low on the totem pole there. They're 13. The team that actually beat them last year in the playoffs, Texas A&M Commerce, is number 12. So a little interesting side note for that. I was at that game, and it was pretty good. So Commerce ended up winning though. So all right, so we go to number 10 in the Division 2, and that is Grand Valley State. They come in at number 10. Then number 9, Pueblo. That is Colorado State University, Pueblo. And then number 8, Lenzler Rhine. And number 8, Northwest State, West Missouri State. At number 7, Wichita Baptist. At number 6, Tarleton State at number 5. Tarleton State is a phenomenal team. I got to see a little bit of them last year when I was doing a lot of the different games and just doing podcasting and stuff like that. Notre Dame, Ohio is number 4. Minnesota State, Mankato comes in at number 3. Ferris State at number 2. And Valcosta State at number 1. Now, Mankato and Duluth do play in the season. That will be a very interesting game. Unfortunately, it's in Mankato, so I can't actually be at the game, but I would love to. Big time shout out to both teams, as they're going to go far. So then we have at number 10 in this is Division 3. Number 10, Muhlenberg. Then we have number 9, North Central. Frostburg State comes in at number 8. Hardin-Simmons comes in at number 7. Bethel at number 6. Johns Hopkins at number 5. St. John's, Minnesota comes in at number 4. Wisconsin Whitewater comes in at number 3. Mountain Union comes in at number 2. And Mary Hardin Baylor, they went undefeated last year. They got all the points so far this season. Mary Hardin Baylor, the team to watch out in Division 3. And that is, I believe, the Stag Bowl that they go to for Division 3. Lots of history for these lower division conferences. And actually, yes, it's the Stag Bowl. So I had to. Sometimes you have to just make sure you know what you're talking about. So very interesting so far. The top 10 on each side. we'll see what happens moving forward. I'm interested, folks. I love football. Love all the good stuff. We will see what's going on. But like I said, the big thing, I think the North Dakota State, South Dakota State is going to be the game of the year. I think they played twice last year, if I do remember, but they will play somewhere down the road, and I am super excited about it. I would like to thank all of you for listening to the Scott Show podcast. This is a little bit of a labor of love for me. It's just great to be on the podcast, to talk about really cool things. We got 14 different channels. I will be uploading at least 3 or 4 podcasts every single day here on the Scott Show. We do have Foodie, which is our new one, Pop Culture. We talked movies today, and just check it out. You guys will have a great time. And I'll be live here every single day here on the ScottShow.com. So thanks for checking out the lower division show. We'll have more very soon. Just talk about different games coming up as we go further down the line, including the UMD Mankato game. I'm pretty excited. So you guys have fun, and we'll talk to you here real soon on the ScottShow.com.